This is episode 55 of the DCC. This week we have the Movie News Weekly. We're going to talk Mary Poppins, Christopher Robin, Wrinkle in Time, the Oscars. We've got the Animation Attack, and we're going to do some Coco. And my favorite band, Gunship, is going to be talked about. But why animation again? Because they are doing really fun, cool things with it. And we've got a Marvel moment and some awesome Parks News updates. It's like, and it's perfect because we have the incomparable Josh with us this week. So to all who come to this happy place, welcome to the DCC.
Do you like my Rob Van Dam thumb coming in?
So, well, hey everybody. The fact that you think that doing a Rob Van Dam thing would do anything for the video makes me realize that you don't watch the video episode. Because it's always, I zoom in on me when I do the intro.
I know, but I'm just, I'm feeling the excitement.
Sweet. Yeah, Josh is a big wrestling fan. A lot of people might not know that. And so's Corey. Like, the three of us are, like, the only people I know who love wrestling and Disney probably equally.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. But we choose to talk mostly non-wrestling.
Yeah, mostly. But every once in a while it sneaks in there, like when Shannon and I talk about Bachelor or Bachelorette.
Yeah, you need to pop those few things in. Or every now and then The Rock shows up in something, you're like, we gotta talk about a wrestling person.
Yeah. John Cena. Did I tell you about my time with Jude or Dash? I mean, we went to wrestling. It was a lot of fun.
You did, yeah. You went and you got to see Raw, right? You got to see Monday Night Raw.
No, it was Road to WrestleMania. It was Road to WrestleMania, actually. So it was actually, we got to basically see the tune-ups for Elimination Chamber.
Right.
Yeah. Elias was pretty funny.
Great character, by the way, for anybody who wants to get into wrestling. I think he's one of the best characters right now.
And did not start that way. Oh boy.
Nope. Not at all.
Like, it is really shows you what NXT can do for a wrestler.
Yeah.
Because if he debuted on WWE, he would have never made it.
Right. Anyways, that's, here nor there. Definitely not Disney.
Well, yeah, no, but that's just what we like to talk about sometimes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Josh, you're like the resident parks expert, historian, and like if you ever are going on a trip to Disneyland or Disney World, hell, even Tokyo or Paris, you should just message Josh at Modern Mouse Josh on Twitter or Instagram, or message him on Facebook, or email at the network1901 at gmail.
Yeah. I'm actually helping somebody book a Tokyo Disneyland trip right now.
Yeah.
And I've never been, but I know enough. Gavin and Patrick, they have a YouTube channel as well, the Gavin and Patrick channel. Yeah. But I'm helping them book their trip. And
that's the thing. You just know so much about it that you're great at planning these types of things. And so if you ever have any questions about that, ask Josh. Josh, you probably should be a travel agent.
I should be, but that's, I don't know. I don't like that. If I'm going to do it, I'll just give you some tips and tricks, I feel like enough people in the world, like right now you can go on the website and book something for yourself. I don't think I can offer you any like experience that you couldn't already book yourself. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
I'd rather you just check out our YouTube shows.
Yeah, that's true. But you still would be a good travel agent, though.
I could be.
Josh, what have you been up to, my man?
What have I been up to? Lots of stuff going on. Just lots of stuff, man. Lots of Network 1901 stuff.
Oh, Josh.
Very big. We've been doing this Saturday morning.
Going on, I got all the things going on. All the things, like all that stuff that I do.
Yeah. Well, Modern Mouse Boutique is going to be at WonderCon this March, so if you're in the Anaheim area, you can pick up some mouse ears at WonderCon, which is a huge convention. So
and you can meet Josh and Angie.
We actually won't be there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry.
You suck.
I don't suck. I'm sorry. I'll probably be in attendance, but I won't be selling them. We're wholesale them off to somebody else,
Cool.
and you'll be able to buy them there. But
that's super awesome, though.
We will be doing more kind of conventions, more types of out and about things, and we've got something coming up. I'm not going to announce it yet, but we've got something coming up from Modern Mouse Boutique. Dale knows it, and so he just can't say anything right now. And then the Saturday morning shows that we've been doing live on Network 1901 have been going really well. So, that's kind of kept me busy.
Yeah, Angie's a good host. She's her and I are working on a podcast together where she's the host. But I'm going to try to like help her discover different aspects of comic books. She's she's an artist, and it was funny because when she first told me about it, she had said like, we could do like comic books or like graphic novels, and I was like, oh, like they're the same. It's just like for a while there, people got really insecure and were like, we're the graphic novels. We call them graphic novels, but really,
well, I mean, they're longer.
Well, they're a collection of several comic books.
Sure, yeah.
More like you could call it a trade paperback or a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Do not question my comic book knowledge, Josh.
Hey, that's what Angie's there for. Angie's gonna bring it in.
Oh, did you get a chance to see the Mary Poppins trailer and the Christopher Robin trailer and the even the Grinch trailer? Really, like all of them?
Yeah. There's tons of great stuff.
Yeah.
We ended up watching the Oscars live, so we got to see the Mary Poppins trailer come in. Was not expecting the Christopher Robin trailer. All of a sudden, that kind of just dropped out of nowhere too.
Yeah.
And the Grinch one's okay, but I'll say out of all of the new trailers, to me, the Christopher Robin one gets me.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. But why you like that on the Grinch trailer? I love the I love that return to they've kind of, it's not a return to, but getting to see that Lorax, that Horton Hears a Who style again makes me excited. Like the Dr. Seuss animated film, like I don't know why they're just not being pumped out like every 2 years. Like right?
It's because
I don't know. I don't get it.
It's DreamWorks, right? So
Illumination,
and so I think like because they have to pay the licensing versus like Minions is just like their own thing. They don't need to pay out anything. But I agree. I think I prefer the Dr. Seuss Illumination DreamWorks kind of thing over, Minions. But Minions made a ton of money, so what do I know? But
well, no, and that's fine. But. Okay, so like for the Doctor,
I wasn't sold on it. I think just because we've seen now
Grinch.
2 different iterations of the Grinch.
But that's not Illumination, but it is Universal.
Yes. And so I don't know. It also was pretty vague. So is it the Grinch Who Stole Christmas story, or is this a story just about the Grinch?
It's a prequel.
Because they add in the Grinch.
Yeah.
Christmas stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't really care I like the Grinch character. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be cool. I love the style again. Like I love the animation.
I love the using Max more here. I think that's going to be the big sell.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
This one.
And actually, I think that the next story they should do, I think they're probably going to do Cat in the Hat because they're kind of wanting to make those a part of. Like they have those live action ones, but they kind of want to bring them into the animated fold. It's like they're doing a reverse Disney.
Sure. And do you think then they'll have more of those characters within like Universal Parks?
Yeah, for sure. Right. Like I think that Dr. Seuss at Florida Universal, the Dr. Seuss area is really cool. Like not quite there, but really cool. Like it.
I'm hearing about expansions to that land actually, as rumors,
which is good. And they should kind of close it off a little bit more. It's a little bit too open to the world around it, and it kind of takes away from the experience. I would say like you got to block the water or do something with the water area.
Right.
Maybe put like Horton floating in it and stuff like that, or like weird fish and just things like that.
I'm definitely, because I am hearing more of like a Christmassy Whoville area would be the expansion that they'd be adding with the Grinch being their signature
for sure
character there.
For sure.
So I think like doing that, having like they already have the Cat in the Hat ride.
Right.
If they can actually like do something great with that ride, revamp it with a new character from Illuminations. Yeah, absolutely. That would make sense.
And you make Whoville like Christmas area, that place is packed Christmas time. Everyone will go there to take photos. It'll be the must photo place.
Would you keep it Christmas all year round though?
No. I think you'd make it. I think you decorate the tree in different holidays.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And you can keep it like, I don't know, festive if you want or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. I actually, so for me, after Cat in the Hat, because I think that is in development, my next favorite one for them to make would be the Butter Battle book. I think that would be, it's perfect for the time in our lives, and I think it would be, comes off really funny, like, they liked butter on the left side. It's like, they liked butter on the right. And kids will connect with that a lot, just as they do with any Dr. Seuss.
Sure.
And I think it's an important lesson to learn. It's like the Star Trek episode where the people are half white and half black and half white.
Well, and they've really kind of made Horton Hears a Who isn't necessarily like top-notch Dr. Seuss, right?
No.
But they made those characters extremely lovable with the movies. So I think that you could take some more unknown characters and make them more prevalent. Like, you've already got Grinch, Lorax, Cat in the Hat. Those are probably the three most known. Right. So if you can take some like other kind of B characters and turn them into A characters,
right?
Great.
Yeah, totally. You're exactly right. So I'm excited for that. I mean, I'm glad that it kind of almost makes me feel like doing the Grinch is like a reboot of the going back into the Dr. Seuss stuff, because it's probably going to make good money. The kids are excited about it, and the Wreck-It Ralph trailer too. I know we've kind of talked about it. I think it's good. I think I was saying in the official trailer that they've got to do some sort of princess reveal.
Yeah, but not the whole thing.
No. And don't even really play into what the reveal is. Like, don't let people really know, like, even kind of what type of tone it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, let it be a full surprise. I really feel like I would have loved for Thor Ragnarok not to have the Hulk and Thor joke in it, like in the beginning, like, oh, we're friends from work. Like,
no. Angie and I totally agreed. Like, if it would have been more of a surprise, all we had to do was been a better payoff.
All he had to do was bust through, and that was enough. And then the crowd reactions. That's all you needed.
Yeah,
that had sold everybody already. But yeah, so Oscars were interesting. Hey, like, yeah, they really let Jimmy Kimmel go full out on sexual assault and people standing up together. I think that him making people just be quick was really funny, and it worked well, and it actually did work. Like, it actually was effective.
For the most part, actually did. The whole jet ski, like, whoever has the shortest speech gets a jet ski was a funny little joke that worked. I think that actually, in my opinion, Jimmy Kimmel kind of let the show speak for itself more often than not. Like, he did have his opening monologue. Yeah. They invaded the theater next door, but for the most part, I feel like he never took away from other people's big moments.
Right.
And he created some great moments, but like, he didn't try and host a lot of other people's great moments. So I felt like he did a really good job at the Oscars, and I felt like the Oscars this year wasn't as predictable as it's been in the past. And I kind of liked how things played out. Like, I kind of knew that Frances McDormand would win Best Actress, and we would see maybe Shape of Water win a few things. I did not expect the win for Best Picture.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Pretty shocking, actually. And it's one of those things, like, I don't know if I like Guillermo del Toro, to be honest. Like,
really?
Yeah, I don't.
I like his stuff. It's just interesting to see a monster movie, win Best Picture of the Year. Like, that's just unheard of. Like, like, even the best of classics like Dracula or Frankenstein were great films, but they never won awards. They were always kind of seen as B horror films. So this is kind of the first time that horror, in some ways, is seen in an awesome light.
Yeah, and you're a big horror fan.
I am.
Josh, you have a series of videos of going to Dark Harbor during Halloween and like really spooky kind of stuff, and so if you like that stuff, you can see Josh and Angie. You really get to connect with Josh and Angie in those types of videos when they're kind of together and going around and getting scared and going through like mazes and events and stuff. Those are great videos that are underappreciated for you on you for sure. I saw Wrinkle in Time with the kids.
Okay.
Last night. I gotta say, it was one of the most ambitious Disney films I've ever seen. Like crazy abstract for children. I am surprised they allowed any of it, really. Like it was.
Do you think it was so far over their head?
They turned a Christian book into a science book.
Yeah.
Like
do you think that it was just too far over kids' heads? Like it didn't know its audience?
No, to be honest, I think it made it a great family film.
Okay.
You know, it has a really weird pacing in the beginning. Like it everything's happening fast, but it's also kind of slow. Like it, but the kids are so cool, and like you really like those characters, and you connect with them. And Disney really wants people to have hope, which indicates that they feel like it's a dark time. Because they used to say follow your dreams, and now they're like, have some hope, kids.
Yeah.
Be hopeful. It's all not trash.
Shannon's kind of like first impressions review on the network said it really was a touching story to her.
Right.
Was it like super touching to you? Did you feel like this was a great story? Because I kind of feel like, in my opinion, this is going to be like the Tomorrowland movie of this year, where it's not going to get a ton of money coming in. It's going to be one of those movies that kind of has like weird critical reception, like it's already getting, but for some people it's going to be a culty classic movie about positivity and hope. Right. And the thing is, it doesn't have the same problems that Tomorrowland had, and especially that third act. So it's better than Tomorrowland, I think, for in that regards, even though I kind of like there's something about the Tomorrowland concept that I really just was so drawn to, and I just was excited about. Which, again, I think they need to do a movie about kids getting into the park at night, and like the world being alive. Like, how do you not make that movie yet now? Like, come on. Well, then they already have the Kingdom Keeper, you know, like they don't have to use anything from Kingdom Keepers, so they shouldn't. But they already it's like a tie-in. Yeah, and they already have like the ground, you know, laid. Like, oh, okay, there's something here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, even though first book so rough. Oh boy. Yeah, I liked it. I recommend it because it's definitely something that should be kind of experienced. It was very powerful for to be a young girl watching that. I would assume half the theater were like tweens and young teenagers and girls. I didn't ever really like. Again, I'm like, oh, that's. I guess so. There's a main character is a girl. Yeah, it was cool. I loved. My favorite character is Charles Wallace. He's the cute. I wish like I had a kid like that. I kind of do. I have like a slightly. You wish your kid was cute and nice? Is that what you're saying? More just like uncontrollably brilliant. It'd be fun to like have a kid and just be like, oh, this little kid's a genius. That's sweet. We don't have to guide that aspect of him. But then by like fourth grade, he's already smarter than you, and you're like, I'm just a dumb adult. What do I know? Well, then you just have to guide. You just guide personality at that point. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, sure. Yeah. So you're saying your kid's not a genius, right? No kids are really geniuses. They're all just average kids. Just letting the world know what you think of your children. It's not an insult. Everyone's just average. Like we're all just normal people. Like they're brilliant, and I love them in their own ways. But you know, we're all just normal people. Right. Even if one was a genius, like I probably would try to like keep it toned down. Right. We're probably going to give Jude a complex because a lot of bad kids he reminds us of a lot of bad kids in movies. Like, you know, and we're like, oh, great, yeah. Dash will be like, oh, look, the kid's just like Jude, and Jude's like, but he needs a reality check sometimes. Did you see? Speaking of kids, did you see that Macaulay Culkin is back? Yeah, I saw him on Jimmy Fallon, and he was saying they were talking about theories and stuff for Home Alone, and he even said, what's wrong with this kid from Home Alone? Like,
Call
he
the
just
cops.
could have called the cops.
He was afraid. Actually, I've thought about that as well, but I've seen it a bagillion times. And it's because he was afraid of getting in trouble by the cops because he was home alone. He thought he was going to get in trouble.
Macaulay Culkin, I don't know. I'm just saying, because Macaulay Culkin said it. It's like,
well, he said it, but I've probably seen the movie more times than he has.
Probably. And he's definitely had, like, a mix of drugs somewhere between making that film and being back now.
It's interesting when you see someone who's like abused their body with drugs because they do facial twitches and things.
Yeah. You can definitely see it in it.
You can
for
see
sure.
It. And, it's not a criticism. It's just like it's.
But good on Macaulay Culkin coming back.
Yeah, he's looking handsome.
Yeah, it's going to be in a new film with Seth Green next year.
Oh, good. Yeah, they're tight because of like Mila Kunis and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is weird. It's weird to remember that stuff. Remember when Ashton was with Demi? That was weird too.
That was weird.
Dude, let's talk about some animation in our animation attack. For best animated picture. I don't think that's too much of a surprise. It was just so good.
It was really good. Yeah. I did think though that the Vincent movie, Saving Vincent, was if you didn't know, basically every single frame of that film was painted as if it were a Van Gogh painting.
Right.
And it was so like cool to look at. Although I haven't seen the full film because I don't even know if I could completely see an hour and a half film of Van Gogh paintings moving. But like the concept alone, I think kind of brought more to the forefront there. That Coco, people were saying, Coco won it by a landslide, but I don't think it did. I think that it could have gone to a couple of them. It definitely wasn't going to go Boss Baby.
It would be nice for a film like Vincent to have won to be like, whoa, like draw some attention to an animation style.
Yes. What is interesting to me though
like
is
Eloise at the Plaza.
Yeah. I do think though, like the Dear Basketball, which was the animated short that won, and like so many people were talking about it's Kobe Bryant's thing, so he got to be the one to get it. But the other award went to Glenn Keane, and Glenn Keane was a huge animator at the Disney company for years. Yeah. And he was the guy that did Ariel. He animated Beast. I mean, he was a huge part of Disney's renaissance. So congrats to Glenn Keane on kind of taking the forefront and getting his own award on his own merit, not by Disney's merit.
Yeah. No, it's super sweet. And then also Gunship. One of my favorite bands is coming out with a new album, but because Ready Player One is coming out, they released a song and music video called Artemis and Parzival, and I highly recommend checking it out. And they basically wrote a song that you could apply some metaphors and stuff to Ready Player One, but then the video really is it's the story of Ready Player One unfolding, and it's really cool, really great. They use video game graphics, which really plays into the book, but like the video game graphics change for the story, and that's really interesting, and so many references in that video, in the music video as well, which is, if you know anything about Ready Player One, like that's all it is.
I'd actually like to go check out some of the Gunship stuff. I have not. Oh man! And you've been continuing to say it's great.
They do a music video with claymation. They take a short animated film called Flight, or I can't remember what the name is, but and they put that to their music video. They do a lot of cool stuff like that with animation, and then just clips and scenes and stuff. Yeah. So if you're an animation fan alone, the music videos are worth it, and then you might end up liking some good music.
It's interesting that like music video is still a format kind of past like the MTV VH1 days. Do you think that like the music video format, though, because of it being like internet based now, like OK Go, I think of all the time as far as like they're a great band, but I don't necessarily seek out their music for the music. I seek out their videos because they're so good at video. Mm-hmm. Right. And so do you think that that's something that musicians now have to think about, is that they don't need to just be great at music, they also need to have kind of a knowledge of short form video, and beyond like hiring a director and everything, they kind of need to have their own vision going into it. And
it's, again, continuing to become more niche, right? Yeah. Like when you go to the Gunship YouTube webpage, you'll like, they have like, after their videos, they have like a special type of like end screen like we have and stuff like that. So it's a whole thing. It's just like us, but their thing is they make music videos. They make music, yeah. So like the music video format has changed to be more hands-on, right, by the band. Yeah, and we're all just more like, we're just kind of more self-creators now, right? Yeah, but you can even think of those people like an OK Go or like a Gunship as even like less as bands and more of YouTubers, just video creators. yeah. Just kind of weird. It's totally weird. They tour, but yeah, but that's just part of it. They're a bigger act than just being a band. We got some reviews, which I have to say thank you so much to everybody who left the reviews. We got 4 reviews, and one of them is from Belgium. Crazy! How awesome is that? And so if you want to support the show, let's keep bringing in iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play. I don't think Google Play does reviews, but as many reviews as you can. It means the world to us. It helps build our egos. So I go back and forth. Sometimes it helps build our community. Sometimes it helps build. Yeah, you have an ego? Is that what you're saying? And that you need help? No, I am ego. Oh, like from Guardians? Yeah, that's right. Oh, wow. You are going to destroy everything. Yeah, right. Cool. More Than Fans. This is by Jim Meek 55. When I read this one, though, I felt like it was Angie's dad. So, but that's fine. And so this was actually in February 18th. There were some issues with some of the reviews coming in. So there were a bunch of reviews. So 5 stars. Yay! 5 stars. There are people that enjoy Disney parks. So it's called More Than Fans. There are people that enjoy Disney parks. There are fans of Disney history. And then there are the people of Network 1901. Dedicated to looking at all aspects of Disney, from news of what's happening at the park to how Disney influences our lives and culture. They cover the world of Disney with respect and humor. Modern Mouse Radio and Disney Culture Club are both great shows and a must listen to. I have just started explaining this book to me because it is covering Percy Jackson. And if you haven't caught it yet, be sure to check out Modern Mouse Boutique for some very original and beautiful mouse ears from Angie and Josh. Disney is clearly a focus in their lives, and they truly love sharing that with everyone. Oh my goodness. See, I don't think it's Angie's dad. Because I don't think he would have listened to the Percy Jackson show. Right. I know. That was the only thing that threw me off. That was the only part that threw me off. I'll ask him. Wow, hey? Isn't that a nice one? That was nice. It makes me want to cry. This is from Cheese Bubbles. Ooh. From Belgium. Or a fan just traveling in Belgium that lives in another country. You a Disney fan? Go subscribe. Great title. Give a great podcast for people who are fans or interested in Disney. Perfect. Short and sweet. Nice. Thanks. And now here comes the awesome. Great for a Disney fan. 5 stars. Network 1901 is a great Disney podcast channel that offers high quality content and shows that will really bring you into the magic. It's great for Disney news and culture, and they also have great videos on their YouTube channel. Thanks, Rob. So that's probably from Rob Plays. So thanks, Rob Plays. Yeah, thanks. If it's not Rob Plays, thank you, not Rob. Yeah, or thanks if you are Rob, or thanks to Rob who directed you here. Right, yes. And the last one, I know 4 in a row, so it's kind of cheesy or whatever. Maybe we'll edit them and put them elsewhere in the episode. But this is must subscribe for Disney fans. Triple exclamation mark. 5 stars. How many exclamation marks? Triple exclamation mark. Ooh. 5 stars. To all that are true Disney fans, you must subscribe to this podcast. I've been listening to this podcast for over a year and look forward to it every week. And because of that, I am a proud Patreon. Thank you so much. The DCC is your weekly podcast that deals with all news Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars, hosted by Dale, Josh, and Shannon. I also highly recommend The World That Never Was and The Disney Decade, where Josh delivers high-quality mini-pod series about ideas for Disney and its amusement parks that never ended up happening, and the story of how Disney grew into the powerhouse it is today, explaining the bumpy road it took through all the ups and downs in the 90s. Check these out! !
Sweet.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. From off of that review, so you guys are just finishing up Percy Jackson,
right?
For Explain This Book to Me, which has been a great series. You'll probably come back and do more Percy Jackson books.
Nope.
Down the line. No, you're not. You're sticking to just that one.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's like some sort of groundswell of like people just constantly messaging us to do the other rest of the series.
Yeah.
No, we probably won't.
Well, after this ends, the next series that is coming from me is going to be called Romantic, and it is a show about how love has been influenced by movies and how movies influence love.
Sweet. That's going to be
so,
awesome.
Yeah. Coming up down the pike.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's cool. Are you interested about this, that Groot can talk in the comics now? And
I am interested in this.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk have a little Marvel moment. Because I felt like Groot talking is a big deal. And yes, the MCU is not necessarily what the comics are. There's a lot of things that they don't do in the MCU. But I don't know if people could handle Groot actually saying more than 3 words. What do you think is right for the MCU? Really is what I'm saying. Do you think that Groot should be able to talk more and be more intelligent, or should he not? Does he work better as the sidekick to Rocket?
Well, see that's the thing, is that Groot is the smartest one of them all. The Groot are a very smart and intelligent and eloquent race. So it would have its own humor in that. It would be, you can create this humor that Groot, and you have the ability to do it because Groot is a different Groot from the Groot we knew before. So
right.
It would be okay that this Groot developed through his experiences the ability to talk. And I think it would be good. I think you can make it funny in a different way. I think it would help change the tone of the shows. I think it'd be like, it's like adding a new character without adding a new character, which are all good things for sequels.
I also think, too, there's been some discussion going around with James Gunn saying that the Groot that we see in the Volume 1 is not the baby Groot that we see in Volume 2. I don't really... this doesn't change my opinion of Groot in general, but a lot of people really, I think, believe that Groot never died. He just Groot became died. Baby Groot.
No, Groot died.
But how do you feel about this?
Well,
Are you on James Gunn's side,
just
right?
Before, yeah. Well, no, of course he died. It's a sapling, right?
Yeah.
A sapling is not the tree; it's a sapling.
So, is this the chance then for this Groot? Obviously, it's still voiced by Vin Diesel, but is it a chance for this Groot to be the more intelligent Groot and talk?
Yeah, that was the whole point I just made.
Oh. So what you're saying is I'm not listening to you.
Right. That's
cool.
Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'm up for it or not. I kind of like the simple I am Groot.
Yeah, you do
conversation.
like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, but yeah.
I think that's what they'll continue with down the line. I don't think that they'll make him intellectual like he's in the comics.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if they do like a Groot and Rocket spinoff.
Maybe.
Or you show it from Rocket's perspective so he can understand him. And but now you have, well, I guess you don't do it in the MCU because it would take away the point of giving Star-Lord the ability to understand Groot.
Right, yes. Unless the only way that you could maybe do it in a funny way and acknowledge it is like some kind of dream sequence.
Yeah,
right?
Yes,
where like
right.
then Groot is like this like highly intelligent being and you're like, what? And then all of a sudden somebody wakes up and he's just like, I am Groot. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
This is okay. We're fine now.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, that's right. You make it, and then he's like, I don't know. Yeah, have him doing something stupid and then just say, I am Groot. Yeah.
Right. And that's what Guardians has been great in acknowledging its comic origin, kind of in tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
So that would be perfect for that.
Well, and in certain sequences, or I think if they were on the planet Groot, I think that's what it's called. They did it from their perspective in one of the comic books in the Groot comic series, the more recent Disney Marvel one.
Yeah.
That's how you know how amazing the Groot actually are. Yeah. So it's good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it. So no MCU. Cool in comics.
Yeah.
Josh, thanks for listening to me earlier.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem. We've got parks news. We've got a great, some updates, some cool stuff that's happening at the Disney parks, and we're gonna have our man Josh tell us all about it.
Hold on, let me bring up my notes. Oh, sorry. Ill-prepared.
I hate you so much, Josh.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You also love me.
Yeah. I do feel like you're having a lot of fun on the show, though.
I feel like you should shut your f***ing face, you trash hole.
I'm going to keep that in so people can know how abusive you are.
Whoa. Sorry. I love you.
No, that doesn't take it. That's more abusive.
Doesn't
You're being
take it
more
back, yeah.
abusive.
I love you, but I hate you, but I love you.
That's what my favorite emoji sequence, right? Is like the anger knife,
kissy face,
crying, kissy face, or whatever.
Okay. I'm good now.
You're ready to do the show?
I'm ready to do the show.
That's good. We're almost done.
All right. Updates with the parks. This is...
Oh.
Segue.
I gotta say, the character exercises that we did were really helping, Josh.
Really
helping.
I'm very intelligent. The parks right now are actually gearing up for kind of the all abundant Pixar things that are happening between Toy Story Land and Walt Disney World. The Toy Story, well, not just Toy Story, but Pixar Pier at Disneyland, and they're going to be starting in April with their Pixar Fest, which, by the way, I heard Buzz Lightyear is going to be ascending from the castle instead of Tinkerbell, which I think we knew that from the D23 Expo, but what I don't think we knew at all is that the Toy Story, or why do I keep saying Toy Story? The Up House is going to be floating above the castle at some point during the fireworks show.
Via drones?
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like.
Cool.
They've tested the fireworks, but I haven't seen any tests for the actual house yet. That'll be cool to see.
See, the layout isn't quite right for it in Disney California Adventure.
No.
You just agreed with me, but you don't even know what I'm about to say. To do have the Up House in the background floating somewhere, floating away, like you can't play with the perspective well enough. I think maybe in DCA.
True. Yeah.
Like it doesn't have quite the depth. It's like a very perimeter park.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have
it
doesn't have like one visual focal point, right? And like right now, because they're still working on Pixar Pier, there's not even like a carousel or a Ferris wheel that you can like put it up. So it only works with like the castle being there and then the house floating above it. But the house and a whole new Up float are going to come into, as well as a bunch of other floats are going to come into the Pixar Play Parade and also the evening show, Paint the Night. Part of the ongoing changes and what they're bringing with Pixar, which is interesting, and I want to get your feedback on this. They just announced that starting in April at the Contemporary Hotel at Walt Disney World, they're going to be launching a kids only, and it's going to be $65 for the experience. Kids only kind of Pixar themed adventure, but basically like you'll get to do stuff with Buzz, stuff with Woody.
Are you telling me I get to leave my kids and go do something else at Disney World?
Yes, you can leave your kids for a few hours. Go
5 hours.
Sure, yeah, like I don't know, good enough time to go somewhere for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Adding in travel time.
But here's what I thought was interesting, and this is what I want your notes on, because you're so excited about the Star Wars Hotel.
Yes.
Is this a test? Because they're going to be able to do like scavenger hunts, and they're going to hang out with the Incredibles and learn like some superhero moves and stuff like that. Is this a test for something down the pipeline at the Star Wars Hotel? Because they're treating the Star Wars Hotel like a cruise ship, where you'll come in and the kids will have their spaces to go to, adults will have their spaces to go to, you come together. Is this a test format for that kind of thing? Because it seems like a cruise type of idea to me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you are going to get the data from it for sure. And it's also like it's, like kids adventure clubs and stuff like that, right? You're going to get a ton of data. And it's, again, like what was the first thing I thought about as a parent? I was like, wait.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to go leave.
And do something else.
And they've done like kind of babysitting
it is because,
clubs before, but this is different.
Yeah, and the more adult-only stuff that you have available, the more options you have to allow the kids and the adults to be separated.
Right.
And it's healthy. I love that stuff. Like summer camps and like adventure things and being away from your parents for a bit and like doing that type of stuff and feeling like you're probably one of like the special kids, because you'll see like all the kids like going to Disneyland, like haha suckers, they're just going to Disneyland.
But what that means if they are doing kids only stuff at the Star Wars Hotel, in the opposite end they will have adults only activities at the Star Wars Hotel, which could only make me think of like the cantina and spaces like that where you can hang out and have a drink and kind of meander and hang out with aliens and droids and all kinds of stuff. Like that's super cool.
Yeah, and also a lot of people don't know this, but every single room is going to be left with a Princess Leia golden bikini hanging in the closet, just in case.
Before this gets too weird now, jumping over, did you see the the drone footage of Star Wars Land?
Yeah. Actually, did I see it? No, I know it exists. I didn't watch it because I'm at the point now where I just want it to.
You just want to see the whole thing?
What, I'm not going to not go? Like, of course I'm going to go.
Right, yeah.
So.
Well, I'm lucky enough to live close by. I get to drive by it all the time. And I see kind of the peaks of the mountains.
Right.
They are as tall as Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, when you see it, there is no forced perspective at this point. Like, it is a very tall space, and I think it's because it needs to block, because right now, and you can see it from Freshbaked too, like they show all of like the construction from the parking garage, and so they need to block out the view from the parking garage so you cannot see any of that, and those mountains are going to have to keep getting taller.
Well, our live stream for opening night is going to be fun.
Oh, we're live streaming it? Is that what we're doing?
I think so.
That's good. I feel like it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we've got to be a part of it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it'd be like, the Millennium Falcon was sinking in the concrete.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's Disneyland opening day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just that's the closest you'll ever get
This is going to be the biggest opening probably since the park opened.
At Disneyland, for sure. 'Cause it's even bigger than California Adventure in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would totally agree. And I would say it's bigger than the Animal Kingdom opening and probably the MGM
and this
Disney
is not,
Studios.
So, like, feel free to leave comments and stuff on, but, like, this is not to say that they're not great parks like Animal Kingdom.
No, yeah, I love those parks, but as far as,
the size of the opening and the
for opening.
Yeah, it's the old hoopla, the old skiggly squanks.
And I know like a lot of our viewers, and we've kind of seen a huge bump in our viewership over the last couple of weeks, really geared towards the films, because a lot of people can't visit the parks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But just now, well, not right now, like as you're watching this, but as of a couple of days ago from when this airs, Google Maps updated to where you'll be able to visit any of the Disney parks worldwide on Street View. So you can just meander and wander around all of the parks.
Yeah, which is brilliant, because they've actually they have obviously understand the human condition. And
yeah.
what it is looking at being able to go into Disneyland and walk around and experiencing all this stuff. It doesn't satiate your desire to go. No. It pushes you to have to go more.
Right. Well, you can't get on any of the rides. It's not like you can get. I mean, there's even ride-through videos. There have been ride-through videos on YouTube for a long time. So that's not keeping people from going. No. And this is only just an extension of that, right? Like you could have the ride-through videos, but then you're also just able to kind of click around and learn the layout of the park. And you know what that will also help do is just make people more organized. People are like getting crazier about their Disney trips and making it more organized and more like, you got to do this, you got to do it in this order, and then we got this, and like it's very much like that, and everyone's trying to maximize their time. Which, as the parks get more crowded, will help with crowd control, because people will just go to their destination without like stopping in the middle of a walkway and walking super slow trying to figure out where everything is. Right. So that's just more familiar. Maybe that's a hope and goal for Disney in collaborating here. But if you don't live near a park, now's your chance to be able to kind of go and visit those whenever you want on Google Maps Street View.
This has been episode 55 of the DCC. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of Josh and I's super professional, well put together podcast. It really means a lot to us.
It will be once we're done editing.
Yeah, no.
It'll be fine.
Oh, I'm leaving in your swearing and your abusive remarks.
Oh, okay.
I'm out. This is a gotcha moment, Josh.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna take down your empire, bro.
Thanks.
Please support us on iTunes, Stitcher, on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. It would mean a lot. Tell a friend. Build your community around you and have other people to talk to, and send us a line. People are starting to message us. We're going to do a video based off of someone's idea, an email they sent us. They actually sent us a follow-up email being like, so when are you going to get on that video?
Yeah, I know. We're on it, man. We're on it. Yeah. Come on, Angel. We're on it.
Yeah, stop yelling at us. And so it's so great that we can be there for you, and you're there for us, and we appreciate it every single day. We talk about just how lucky we feel to have you tuning in every week to listen to our shows. And make sure to check out Josh's Modern Mouse Radio every Wednesday on the podcast, and on Saturdays, Saturday morning live. Every week, those are the weekly things you can check out and see Josh more. And because he rotates, but sometimes he goes away for a couple weeks and we miss him.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So thank you all, and we will see you in a galaxy far, far away. Bye, double hand wave.
Keep on moving, people. It's like you're swatting flies now.
I know. It's the left arm. I can't figure it out anymore. I don't know what happened. I think I just need to lean back. Right? I don't know. Maybe I should just stop doing it, really, because it's just a joke from Love Actually that I'm doing. And I'm like, though. Yeah. If you want me to stop the hand wave, just say, and if you don't, say as well on whatever media you want to do it on.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Bye.